guys, welcome to Inspirations. That's a podcast about knitting and yarn dyeing. I'm Christelle, your host, and I'm an indie dyer based in France near Paris and soon to be based in Normandy in a few months. I'm going to move houses. So if you're new to the podcast, thank you so much. There is a new podcast episode every Monday, with the exception of Mondays just after a fiber show. So that's not the case today, but when I talk about Mondays, it's usually Mondays when it's not just after a fiber show. So new podcast every Monday at 5, newsletter sent out every Monday at 5. That's a very important point, the newsletter, because the shop updates usually tend to sell out quite fast, and so the newsletter is your best ally if you want to know what's in the shop update and you want to check out if there's something of interest to you. So that's the newsletter, okay? And last and third point, the shop is updated every Monday afternoon, with the exception of Mondays right after a fiber show. So I hope you're doing well. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to, take a moment out of my week and sit with you and share. It's a podcast about the life of my shop / creative journaling, okay? It's really, for me, also a way to keep track of my creative projects and to share them with you. I'd say it's at least 50% of the content here. It's knitting and my projects. So today I just wanted to touch base on the ongoing Fanfare des Ep6 challenge. It used to be every month, but because I had trouble keeping in with the music and announcing winners every month, I changed it to a trimester periodicity. That means that I'm actually doing the drawing every trimester, every 3 months. So it's ongoing. You can join and play along with this hashtag on Instagram, and I will be randomly drawing 3 winners first half of April, and each one will win 1 skein. So there will be 1 from January of the Sock Knitter's Almanac, 1 for February, and 1 from March. Okay, and it will be renewing every trimester, every 3 months. Yeah, that's it. And so I also wanted to tell you that in the shop this week, so I'm recording this podcast on Sunday morning, but the shop update will be tomorrow, Monday, the 27th. There will be a Ep6 shop update. So Ep6, if you don't know her, is a British illustrator. She lives very close to the Scottish border, and she does a lot of illustrations that's knitting and crafting inspired, and she puts all her illustrations on things for knitters and for creative people. So it can be pouches, zipped pouches, it can be project bags, needle pouches, small teens, and lots of stationery as well, and kitchenwares, lots of things. So I usually have in the shop quite a large selection of what she does. So I'm going to put my stock back in the shop because I removed it for the fiber show. So I'm going to put back in the shop everything that I have. I have tote bags, I have bags, I have teens, I have a small amount of tea relating or cafe related things like coasters or tea tidies or things like that. It's always connected to your crafty time in a way, because mugs and coasters is what you have handy when you are knitting, just to have a coordinated hot beverage, for example. And also this year she has a lot of new series, very exciting things. She has partnered with Jenny Crow, who is a very famous crochet designer. Famous, I think, more in the UK. I personally didn't know her, but I'm not a huge crochet person. I dabble in crochet, but really a little bit, and I have close to zero culture on the crochet scene, so it's, yeah, I didn't personally know her, not personally, but I didn't know of her, but I think she's quite famous if you're into the crochet scene. Okay, so I have 3 new tin boxes to share with you. That's Mystical Lanterns, I think, indigo something, indigo blues or indigo something, and Persian tiles. And each is a crochet design of Jenny Crow, you know, put on a very lovely tin box, perfect to store all your little things, all your little notions and stuff. There is the coordinated sliding mini box that is perfect to store the coordinated stitch markers for each series. So this is the coordinated Persian tiles series. You have the coordinated indigo, I think it's indigo blues, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it doesn't want to. Okay, the last one I'm going to show is a heart. I particularly love the side of those boxes. It's so cute with, you know, the creamy color that lights up the darker one and the little crochet hearts. It's very cute. And then you have the Mystical Lanterns. Yeah, like this. So this is in the shop, okay? Not much, because this is what is left from my 2 fiber shows in February. So that's was Exceptionnel and Love Yard Madrid. There is 2 other new series that I don't have anymore. They sold out, okay? But I'm going to have them back, maybe not, I think maybe end of March or beginning of April, because I'm pretty sure I'll have them for my next fiber show, which is Les Chevaux des Mers, which is by the sea, just below Brittany, Bretagne, and it's end of March. I'm pretty confident I will have a restock on everything by then. And after the show, I will put them in the shop, but I'd say it would be like not the first weekend of April, maybe not the first Monday of April, but the next one. I will reconfirm that. But that's it for today's shop update, aimable. There are still some kits for the Ghostbuster Mystery Cow in the shop as well, but now I'm going to talk about the projects, and it's purely knitting. I'm all over the place with knitting, guys. I can't focus. I'm, you know, literally in the midst of a huge crisis of castanitis. I cannot for the life of me decide on what I want to work on. I tried to, you know, I tried very hard to make a list of projects and decide on the priorities, because I mean, that's also my work, okay? So I have some things I have to work on work-wise, as I also do design. And what I like to do is come up with a design idea that I can then offer to you guys as kits in the shop. So those designs also have kind of a timeline attached to them that I don't have for other projects, which are pure bliss, pure pleasure. So a lot of things on the needles, okay? And because I didn't have quite enough time last week to share everything with you, I'm going to take my time today. It's Sunday morning, I have all the time in the world, and I really want to document what I've been working on and what I want to do, and I want to knit everything. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, I made progress on this beauty. I mean, it's really a joy to knit on. This is out of my February colorway of the Sock Knitter's Almanac. So Sock Knitter's Almanac is I think that I really love, but I also want to stress out that you can use the yarn for anything you want, not only socks, okay? It happens to come, I mean, you can, I have a lot of sock bases in the shop because it's my first love. I came to knitting and indie dyed yarn through the sock bases, and I really love sock yarn. Actually, that's my favorite base, and I do have a lot of them in the shop. Lots of different bases, lots of different combination of fibers. I'm always curious about new mixes and the use of different fibers, and the way you can just knit socks not only out of merino and nylon or wool and nylon, but also lots of different other mixes. I'm really passionate about sock yarn, okay? But yeah, the Sock Knitter's Almanac is very close to my heart, but you can definitely use any of the colorways to knit anything you want. Sock yarn is very versatile. You can knit basically anything you want with sock yarn, okay? So I'm actually knitting this sweater out of sock yarn. It's my extra thin fingering base, which is a base that I love because it's 85% extra fine merino. It's very plump and very soft, and it has only 15% nylon, but I've been knitting with this base for years, and I can tell you that it's exceptionally resistant to I mean, 15% nylon is really enough for strong socks, and it doesn't peel a lot. It doesn't do peels. You see the peeling on the it doesn't do that very much. So I really love that base, and it's so soft and plump. Did I say plump? It's plumpy, very plumpy and squishy. I think it's my favorite ever. It's my go-to base. Okay, so I'm using this, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to be finished. So I decided to do brioche on the front and back of the sweater, but I'm not going to use the same colorway for the brioche, for the light color of the brioche. So that's the neon yellow here. I'm going to use for the back maybe it will become the front, because the back and the front are the same. I'm going to use that instead. It's one of my sock minis kit. Mini yarn, bref, in the order you wish. I'm going to use that for the back. I think it's going to be awesome. And I think I'm going to have the back, because I can't decide really which side I prefer. I mean, clearly this one is more subdued, this one is more striking and flashy, but I really do love that look also. And I can't decide, so I'll knit the back with that, or the front, and I'll see. That's a joy to knit, really. That project is an absolute joy to knit. Then I have socks on the needle, and if you've watched the podcast since the beginning of the season, I might have told you, I don't remember, that I have this crazy idea of this year, because for the past 2 years, 2021 and 2022, for the Sock Knitter's Almanac, each month I was suggesting a sock pattern to go along with the colorway that I created, with the intent of, broadening your sock knitting culture, basically. Just to discover new techniques, new to me, maybe new to you, maybe not, but just to have, a panel of different techniques for the socks, for the heel, for the lots of things. And during those 24 months, we knitted together quite the selection of funky socks. Some very famous, not so funky, but very famous. So I wanted to knit them just to understand the craze about those patterns. And this time around, because I'm a sock pattern designer as well, This year I want to design 12 pairs of socks inspired by each colorway. So the first one is called Cocooning Socks. It's the same name as the yarn, and I'm happy to report that it's going nicely. I'm very happy, and I managed to do the effect I wanted on the side of the heel here. I wanted to have this little patterning go down the side of the heel, and I managed to do that. I had to start again a few times just to have it like I wanted, without any see-through, you know, at the pickup of the stitches. I managed to do. I'm very happy about that, and I cast on for the February socks as well. And after a lot of trial frogging, start again, I have the idea that I want to knit a succession of 2x2 ribbing and brioche to have this, like, you see, rushy effect like you would on a 80s, I don't know the term in English, it's jambière. It's like, it just something, it's not a sock, it doesn't have a feet. Mine will have feet, but the effect I'm looking for is this very rushy texture on the, like, you know, for the gym sessions and things like that. Anyway, that's the plan. So I'm happy because I think I have two good ideas there to exploit and to work with. So yeah, and March is just around the corner. I've already dyed the colorway for March because I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a break from this coming Wednesday, 5-day break up until Sunday, and I will not be at home, I will not be in the studio, so I will not be working at all. Complete break. Also, on the needle, I've been working on that a lot in Madrid. It's my Love Knot out of Lueur colorway. That's the February colorway from 2 years ago. I love that colorway so much. Maybe I can show you why. Because you see, from here, it's gray. Okay, but if you look up close, it's a very lively colorway with little speckles of blue, yellow, my favorite pink, and I love that colorway so much. So yeah, I'm working on that. I've cast on for another sweater. I have 3 on the needles. This is really not very reasonable. I have finished the coordinated hat for Brioche Queen, so that's Brioche Queen in hat version. So I have the pattern that I already have out is a digital workshop to learn brioche. It's in both in French and in English. There is a call, and I designed the matching hat. It will be updated, it will be included in the pattern, so there will, for the ones of you who already have the pattern, you will just have to update the pattern and you will have the pattern for the hat. And from now on, the pattern will have both the hat and the call in the same pattern. I will not increase the price, it's the same price. And we'll do kits for those soon in the shop. I don't know when exactly, but soon. And this is the perfect pattern to learn brioche. By knitting this, you are completely equipped to knit this. Just you cover all the techniques, really, so that's pretty cool. I'm very happy about that. The digital workshop is like, there is 9 steps from cast on to cast off, and you can totally use it to knit the hat. My advice would be to knit the call first and then knit the hat, and then you're the brioche queen. You're the queen of brioche after that. Also, for the mystery cow, yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that. I had the hardest time choosing my colors because I'm a huge fan of Ghostbusters. I was very excited when I saw there was a mystery car for this organized for this movie, about this movie. The first clue is out, and I have still not decided on my colors. I spent quite a lot of time yesterday trying to pick. I mean, I have some kits in the shop. I even put aside 2 kits for me because I couldn't decide at the time. I put the kits together, and when I reviewed them yesterday, I couldn't decide. I mean, it was like, no, it doesn't click. Okay, so what I decided to do, I'm going to do a stash buster. So I'm going to use my huge bin of leftovers, and I'm going to knit from them. Yeah, because it's a Festival of Stitches kind of pattern. I think it will be totally okay to work it in with a different palette of different colors, as long as you stick to semi-solid colorways, and you have a contrast between main color and the other 3 contrasting colors. So that's my plan. I will not lie to you, I'm itching to cast on. I think I will cast on just after the podcast, and hopefully there will be some progress to share with you next week. Okay, very excited about this. I've rewatched the movies twice already since I saw about, well, I'm watching the movie at least once a month anyway, so the one from 1984. I do love, I don't like the second one so much, but still, same, you know, same actors, same vibe, still a very good movie to me. I really enjoyed the one with the female Ghostbusters. I mean, it was great. I really love that movie too, but I absolutely adore the very last one, Heritage. I mean, you can, I don't know how they did it, but you can really feel the same vibes. And actually, the first time I saw it at the theater, and I saw like the old ones, like Bill Murray and co, I cried. I literally cried. I mean, I was 6 years old when he came out in the theaters, and it's been a favorite of mine since I can't remember. I mean, I've always known. I feel like I've always known this movie, and it's really a feel-good movie for me. I kind of put it in the background just to have a laugh and feel, you know, at home and happy. So, I mean, I was so excited when I saw this mystery car. I'm very happy. The mystery car itself is very funny. If I can just share with you the names of the charts. The first chart is Venkman's Not Quite Wavy Lines chart. The second one is There Is No Dana. Third chart is I'll Take That as a Big Yes. And the last one is Full Torso Apparition chart. I mean, what's not to love about that? And that's also why I couldn't decide on the colors. I feel like I want to knit with a color that is, you know, kind of working with each of the charts, if that makes sense. So maybe for once, if there's a chart about the Slimer, it's going to look like this or this. But if it's a chart about Dana, maybe about Zool, maybe it will be like this. If it's a chart about Gozer, Gozer might maybe look like more like this, and or like this, and maybe Venkman. Maybe Venkman would be something like, I don't know, maybe something like this. I don't know, or like this, I don't know. So we'll see. Just make sure that each time the pattern calls for the main color, which is supposed to have a high contrast with the 3 other ones, I'll make sure I choose something that's heavily contrasting with the rest of the colors. Maybe Vince Clorto, this one. What? Oh, Spengler. Spengler would be cool in that. Okay. And I'll take that as a big yes. I don't know. I'll take that as a big yes. Maybe this one. Anyway, that's it for this week, guys. I hope you're enjoying your knitting time. I'll see you next Monday. Take care. And yeah, next Monday I'll show you Hopefully I will be done with clue 1, okay?